This is the issue, right? Like I feel like that's 3 straight games for them, and I would include this Oilers game where they've looked really good defensively, but offensively they're still getting their shots. Not so much in the third period last night, but they just don't look as dangerous.
Yeah, and that's kind of scary for a team with $40 million up front.
Jonas Siegel, I think he wrote in his article in The Athletic that their expected goals are 0.75, which is their lowest number in, I think it was 4 years.
That's
which is just crazy.
So that's less than a goal a game, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Their expected goals, though.
I don't care about any statistic until like game 10. I don't.
Oh, okay, fair.
Because and this isn't, we had Dom on and he explained everything, and someone I think put up, Zaitsev is third in game score amongst defensemen, and I'm like, yeah, because he had 3 assists in 2 games against the Leafs out of 4.
Yeah.
One of those assists was he took a shot that got blocked, it landed at someone's feet and they whacked it in. Oh, friggin' Nicholas Lidstrom over here.
Yeah.
Bobby Orr, Paul Coffey. Jesus Lord. Like, it'll wait for there to be enough of a sample size for it to even.
But I think that number matches the eye test where you're like, okay, this number is extremely low of the Leafs the last 3 seasons. And then we've seen them struggle offensively. So you can take something from that number.
One thing I will say that Dom said too, and Steve, I think you might have been getting to this, is Dom ran his model 50,000 times before spitting out the number.
How crazy?
4 games in.
Yeah.
Right? That was the thing. Is like, I've run the season 50,000 times. Now, the Leafs playing sound defensive hockey is good. They'll figure out the offense. You know that the skill is there. And this is the whole thing about regular seasons is there is adjustment periods. That's the point, especially for a team that you think is bound for the playoffs. The point is to figure it out in the regular season and then be what you are, establish what you are in that final, in a regular year, 20 games, the final 25% of the year, and then be that team in the playoffs and hope that it takes you all the way. And if you look at any of the really great teams, the ones that come in hot, they are the teams that are the most themselves and play to their strengths and manage their weaknesses. The Leafs, it's so nice to have them be responsible defensively. But they did say last night, and Chris Johnson reported on this at sportsnet.ca, they stopped playing Leaf hockey and just look to contain 2 guys. And you can shut down the Oilers by doing that, but you're not going to score a lot. And I wonder if, is there a strategy to letting them sort of run wild in the first 10 minutes? So do you, the thing is that like everybody talks about, and this is just a total random question, and I'm not a hockey coach, so who the hell knows? But I wonder, with the amount of skill that the Leafs have, is there anything wrong with setting the precedent early of like an absolutely crushing offense that's pushing? And then if they can play this sort of lockdown thing that they sort of are trying to learn, why wouldn't you try to get your goals early, get them off their game, and then lock it down like they did? Because really, that first goal should not have gone in. That's hockey, but it shouldn't have gone in.
Yeah. Right. I don't trust them and they haven't earned it.
Okay.
That's my answer. Like,
okay.
No, and listen, there's logic to what you're saying. There's definitely logic to what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. But, we always complained about every Babcock season looked identical and it was driving us insane. They would be stupid out of the gate, and they would do whatever they could to bank points in the first 10 to 15 games. Then they would play 2 months of NyQuil. Like, it was awful. And they never really got the hang of it. And they never really got it back offensively. And so they were just this Frankenstein of terrible that would still somehow push Boston to 7. I don't mind them being this right out of the gate and then becoming what they are. You know what I mean? I still feel like I'm thinking about what I would change about last night. And the most important thing to me is I look at the 6 defensemen and I go, they were all pretty good. Yeah. Like, how many nights do the Leafs have 6 defense? Well, they had 7 playing. How many nights do the Leafs have 6 or 7 defensemen in the lineup? They all look good and they lose. It's not often.
Not often. Well, because you could stop the sentence at how often do they have 6 defensemen in the lineup that look good?
Exactly.
That's where the sentence ends.
It's
right?
so rare. It's
Never.
so incredibly rare. So I think the offense is going to come. Like I thought Freddie had it today. He's like, it's going to happen. What I am worried about though is so now they're down Thornton. They don't have Robertson to call on because he's out too. That left side is vulnerable. That left side.
Or it's an opportunity.
He's next man up, is he not?
Adam and Jesse just nailed it in different words. We do need some special performances out of unexpected names. Jimmy Vesey's got to come up big. Ilya Mikheyev needs to learn how to shoot. Is Zach Hyman going to get his role back? But then even if Zach Hyman does get his role back, who's going to fill in for him? Is it going to be Travis Boyd there on the third line? Is Adam Brooks going to get into the lineup? Is Barabanov going to show that he deserves ice time? And notice I didn't name any of the stars. Matthews scored last night. Someone was tweeting me like, "Oh, what's Matthews' excuse tonight?" I'm like, he scored. He was the only one who did. What are you talking about? Like, I think Mitch will get it done. He got it done. He was their number one star in 2 games. Austin's going to get it done. Willie's going to get it done.
John Tavares,
he
like the league leader in scoring.
Yeah, he's been getting it done on the power play. He's had that killer instinct there. And I thought all those guys looked good for a big chunk of last season, even in the bubble. They need scoring from depth. They need scoring from depth. And now, you see people go, "Oh, well, it helped to have Andreas Janssen. Oh, it would help to have Kasperi Kapanen." This was the problem last year too. So just guys need to step up. Guys need to step up. Who's next? Who's next? I need to see that this team can call upon someone who's just going to randomly have a 2-point night. Barabanov, hey, you got us first. Woo.